Today I've got two big mounds of topsoil that's been here a little while. You can see how they've grown weeds. Got another one down there. Got my wife coming up here to help me with some transportation. And today I've rented a dump trailer from the Big Orange store, and I've got my Case IH 75C here with the 620 loader. I'm going to be loading this topsoil into this trailer, and we're going to be taking it up to the cabin and dumping soil all around there. This is early October, and we're going to try to get it spread out, get some seed in, some straw, and hopefully we will get some grass come spring. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, that looks pretty full to me. We'll see if I've got room around there. Looks like I made a little bit of a mess on the front, but we're gonna go dump this load. I'm getting used to the, I'm coming downhill as I'm bringing it toward the trailer. And I put the big 8-foot box blade on the back to create some ballast back there, but it still feels very tipsy as I'm coming down this way. So I'm going real slow because this is the first time I've done this, and not really sure at what point it might tip forward. But if it does, we can put that bucket down and lift ourselves back up. Hopefully that won't happen. But let's go dump it. So we got up here to the area where the cabin is, and a lot of this dirt's gonna have tons of weeds and stuff where it has grown on the top side of it. And we're gonna drop most of that down here near the edge of the field. The cleaner dirt, we're gonna take it up toward the cabin. We barely even made a dent in the first pile, so we're gonna be doing this all day, and I think I can fill it up. Come on in here and check this out. I believe I can probably at least put 1 or 2 more scoops in here I don't want to go too big, too heavy, and it fall out on the way up here on the driveway. We'll start the next load with a nice clean pile of dirt. Try to make it all good, but we're ready to go back up and dump again. So I'm pulling the trailer behind me. You can see, hopefully, how little dirt is in there, right? Okay, so I put, I think 4 scoops in the last load. I think 3 scoops in the previous load, which was the first one. You saw that on the 3 scoops, I had to get on a hill just to get that dump bed to raise up. It's powered by a battery. He told me it was fully charged before I left the Home Depot. So anyway, this thing is rated for, I think, 3,350 pounds max load. I don't know how much 1 scoop of dirt from my tractor weighs, but again, I put 4 in the last one. So I just had to drive this truck all the way back down to the front of the property, where I had to take the tractor and take about 2 scoops out in order, and then I tested it and it actually raised. So I'm going to have to go back and forth all day long today with about 2 scoops in this dump bed. So don't rent this thing, man. I'm telling you, if I was going to rent the size larger, but he told me I needed a 2500 truck instead of a 1500, which I wish I had. But I wish I had rented it anyway, had he let me, because I'm sure probably it was more powerful. But this thing's just a wimp when it comes to raising that dump bed. So we're gonna go dump this, and I'm gonna be going back and forth 1,000 times today. I've got 2 huge mounds, and I've not even knocked out, I've not knocked out 8% of the first mound yet. Probably not 5%. Okay, like I said, this is my first load. This is it. I mean, there's just not much to this. This is probably about at its furthest point from there to there. That might be 12 feet. And then across this way, you're probably looking at 10 or 11. And this thing's not, it's not up to my thigh. There's just not much here. And this is how much I had to take out. And I tested this down there at the front, and it did open. So yes, it's opening now. But that, like I said, that just means I'm going to have to make literally more than double the trips. It's unbelievable. 3130 max load. 3130. I don't know that we're I can't imagine that's 3,000 pounds. There's just no way. Of course, if you were shoveling it by hand, it would feel like 20,000 pounds. Here we go. All right, let's drive out of here. Let me know when it's all out, okay? Good to go. Thank you. All right. All right. Load 2 out of 222. You saw some of this. You know it wouldn't raise when I put 3 scoops in it. You know it wouldn't raise when I put 4 in it. Then I started putting 2 in it. And I got up here with 2 in it, and it wouldn't raise either. And I shoveled all this out so far, and it's doing absolutely nothing. So earlier this morning, I've had this thing for about 4.5 hours now. It took an hour to get to the property from where the Home Depot was. Sounds promising, doesn't it? As you can see behind me, I have a heavy duty dump trailer. This one came from a local rental company here in my area. And this one's designed to be pulled really only with a 2500 pickup truck or a 250, you know, or above. I'm a 1500 GMC Sierra, but I'm not pulling my heavy load on the road at all. I hauled it here, which it pulls fine, and putting about 3 scoops of topsoil in it from my Case Site 75C tractor, as you can see it right there, and it pulled like a dream. So I think I'm going to be able to get these moved today. I started late because I had my concrete man up here or he was going to be coming today to put the concrete around the perimeter of the barn. Well, he was not answering my phone calls, and it got to be about 10 o'clock or 10:30 this morning, and I had been up here a good while already, and he never called me back. So I said, well, I can't let this day waste, so I'm gonna go rent this trailer and get to work. Well, right after I rented the trailer, he called me. He was having a little bit of trouble this morning getting things moving, and he was on his way. And so it's double duty today. We are getting the topsoil moved, and we're getting some prep work done for the concrete. All right, guys, so this is trip number who knows. I've been going most of the day. As you know, I was late getting the trailer because I was not going to do this originally because I had the concrete to deal with. However, concrete man called me right after I rented the trailer, and so here I am. We started about, I guess, 10:30, 11 o'clock is probably when I started hauling my first load. I've been interrupted, of course, several times. I had the inspector come to measure down for the rigid metal pipe or conduit to go down into the ground so that we can run the electrical wire up to set our meter eventually. So he had to come and inspect and make sure it was 30 inches from the ground level, and so that went well. We've covered that back up, and we formed out a lot of the area. However, in the middle of that, I've been coming back and forth, and I've made a little dent in the dirt pile here. I can't tell you how many trips it's been, but it's amazing. I mean, with this smaller truck, I'm only putting 3 scoops from the tractor into this dump bed. It would hold, gosh, a whole lot more, but could I pull it up the hill without hurting my truck? I don't know. It's really not worth the risk. So I just have to make a bunch of trips. And sun is on its way down. I've probably got another hour and a half of daylight left. So unfortunately, I'm not making the progress that I was really hoping for. But we'll do what we can do, and then tomorrow I will tomorrow I'll come back early in the morning, and I'll continue doing this, and I will consider whether or not I return the trailer by 10:30, which of course is the 1-day rental, or do I keep it another day and just keep doing this. That's how it's been pretty much all day. Just 3 scoops in the trailer. Look at all that space I've got available. But each scoop, I don't know. I'm just rounding it up to a couple thousand pounds, possibly. Let's just say 1,500. So that'd give us 4,500 pounds of dirt. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I Googled it, but it wasn't 100%. The trailer is about, I don't know, I think it was close to 3,500, 4,000 pounds. So if that's the case, I may have about 9,000, 8,500 pounds in the behind the truck. And if that's the case, that's probably about as max as I want to do.